Should you guys be considering a PXG driver for your driver for 2022? I think so. Call me biased, but that's exactly what I've done. But there's very good reasons why I've done it. I mean, about a year ago now, Simon from SAS Golf did a video pretty much exactly on this topic. But it was with a PXG XF with a custom shaft, which is technically what I've got in my driver. And he thought he'd got a bargain at 300. Think about done him. I know. It was over a year ago now that Simon posted that video. But doesn't change the fact that it's still the same driver, the same materials. It retailed for the same amount of money. I mean, if you want a Fujikura 2.0 as a custom option, even now on PXG, you're talking £200 plus. And that's obviously if you don't choose the grip, etc, etc. So you buy the head, £400, £500. Then you buy the additional custom shaft. You're literally looking at 700 odd quid, 600 quid for this driver that I'm playing today. And I got it for the absolute steal. £160. £160. It's even got a label on to say $399. Now, don't know if the person labelled it incorrectly or they've just decided to get shot of PXG clubs knowing that the Gen 5s are out now. And at the time of videoing, I know that the Gen 5s are literally here, they've arrived, they're in America and they're starting to go onto the UK website. But is it something that you should have a look at? I'm going to show you some listings and show you that if you hang around long enough, you could bag yourself a bit of a deal. I'm certainly not saying that this club is any magic wand. You've seen my previous course vlogs, you'll know that I can hit it straight. I can hit some decent ones. I can also hit some pretty bad shots. So it's no magic wand, it ain't going to fix anything. But I've certainly known that it's made me a little bit less wilder than playing a low spin driver head, which I've probably combated for more years than I really appreciate. I've always played 9-degree heads, always gone for the lower spin option. This is the first year that I've actually gone higher spinner model head and increased loft. I don't think I can bring myself to 12 degrees at the moment, but I do think when I'm hitting it well, I'm getting a good flight window. And that's the thing, if you go back to some of my previous videos, at some point I had 3 PXG heads in Gen 2 and I trialled them and they weren't good for me, so I sold them for a profit. And that's the thing, PXG you can actually sell for a profit if you get the right deal. And I know what some people think when they watch these videos, they go, but it ain't going to make me drive any better. You're absolutely right. I've probably got the best set of equipment, best clubs from driver to putter that I've ever had. And I've probably played, well, I have played the worst I've played probably since I was in my mid-teens, early teens to be fair. But if you want something shiny, if you want something that's premium, I can't see how you can look past PXG brand at the moment. I know they've had a few faux pas. I know they've had some heads fly off at the Masters, but that's not necessarily the equipment, that's just the epoxy. So I can kind of see past that. What I can't see past is all the club manufacturers at the moment pushing 500 quid drivers when you can actually get a premium product like PXG, like Cobra, for much less. So I can kind of see why everyone jumped on the bandwagon with Cobra a few years ago with F9, because it was genuinely a premium driver. But when you can get a custom shaft PXG driver, leather head cover, best head cover you can buy, and by the way, they don't make them as good as they used to, as in this model, it's really hard to look past. So if I was you, I'd hit up on eBay, get up on those Facebook pages, see if you can find a better driver for yourself. I mean, I had that Bridgestone driver basically cost me the same money, £155 in the end with postage, and it sounded awful. I loved it. It was a great driver. It had some great technology. It got the ball in the air. I could turn it over right to left, which I have struggled to do with drivers in the past, but wasn't premium, and you could tell it sounded tinny. It didn't feel as solid as this does. And ever since I've gone back to this driver, it's the one for me. Oh yes! Just a brush mark, so you can see it's just absolutely spotless, no dents, no dings, and sure enough, flip it around. PXG Driver Pro 2.0 7S, so pretty spot on for me, and brand new PXG grip. So to look down on, I mean, is that or is that not still the best looking driver out there? I think it is. And I'm not being funny, look how good the head cover is. All leather, and inside, try again, inside, nice and soft, easy to get on and off. For a boxer head cover, well, for any head cover, I think it's probably the best one I've ever had. The only one that comes close to this head cover was my Big Bertha Alpha head cover. That was ridiculously good. I had a big long sock on as well, so your shaft wouldn't get worn. That was up there. If that had been leather rather than a really hard wearing vinyl material, then I'd probably say that one would take it. But do you think there's a better head cover out there? Drop it in the comments. So to summarise, I'm more than happy with this purchase. I think that, well, it cost me nothing to get into this driver at all, which is one of the main reasons I did it. I wasn't playing very well, so I thought, well, what is there to lose? Not losing any performance by switching driver. And actually, it's a little bit more neutral, it's a bit more forgiving than what I've been playing previously. So in the long run, it should pay out. If it doesn't work out across a couple of holes, it should pan out across the course and in a given day, or obviously across the season, which is really what I'm looking at. Looking at the long play for this year, obviously I think my bag's pretty much settled down. Hit up my what's in the bag. Thanks for dropping by the channel, really appreciate it. See you guys.